and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Today, it's a book haul. There are a few books that I've managed to get my little mitts on during lockdown, and yeah, I thought I'd show them to you because, well, because it's nice to see books. I've got a few sort of projects coming up over the next few weeks and months, and I had to get some books for that very project. I'll start with these first three as they're all for the same project. She says project. Oh God, I used to love projects when I was at school. Do you ever do projects when you were at school, David? You don't. He doesn't remember anything about his childhood. It just blows my mind. So like at school I did like Australia projects. We spent like the term doing things. We had a book and we had to write about Australia and do like his homework and stuff.
I remember having a Roman day, but I couldn't take part because I had to have 8 teeth out. There
we go. And I remember doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as a project as well. And Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which is weird because I've got that in this haul. Anyway, the first project I want to talk about is in June. Now, I've mentioned this before. I'm going to be taking part in something that I have dubbed Pride and Prejudice. So at the beginning of the month I'm going to read Pride and Prejudice, and then for the rest of June I'm going to read books which are associated with, my glasses are absolutely filthy, books that are adapted from or retellings of Pride and Prejudice. So I've gradually been sort of getting a few my hands on some of these books, well, since I decided to do it really. So if I've ever seen any, I've been getting them. The plan was to get quite a few from the library, but the libraries are closed in the UK at the moment because of the old coronavirus, so I've had to buy a few. So these three are retellings and books inspired by Pride and Prejudice. This first one I am so pumped for. This is Pride, Prejudice and Other Flavours by Sonali Dev, and this is Pride and Prejudice, but it's got like food fiction writing in there as well, which I love. And I feel like there's not that many food fiction books out there, and when I get my hands on one I really love them. So I'm really hoping to enjoy this. So this is about an Indian American family, and it follows Dr. Trisha Raj. She's San Francisco's most acclaimed neurosurgeon, but that's not enough for the Rajes. Her influential immigrant family who have achieved power by making their own non-negotiable rules. Never trust an outsider, never do anything to jeopardise your brother's political aspirations, and never ever defy your family. So yeah, and then you're also following up-and-coming chef DJ Kane. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be one that I'm going to read sort of towards the beginning of the month. So yeah, very pumped for that. And then the next one I've got, which is one that I've been meaning to get to for a long time, and I've actually got it out from the library a few times, not read it and gone back to it, and had to hand it back, and that's Longbourn by Joe Baker. I believe this is Pride and Prejudice retold from the perspective of the servants. Now I love Downton Abbey, love it, and that to me just screams sort of like Downton Abbey-esque things, and it'll be really interesting. I also love hearing a situation told by different people, and this for me is like the retelling of Pride and Prejudice from those people is like a perspective I've never heard from before. So I'm really excited about that. I was thinking of listening to the audiobook of this, but no, I thought no, I'm going to read it because I imagine there's some beautiful writing in there as well. So very excited about that. And then this is the last one. I got this second hand online. This is An Assembly Such as This, a novel of Fitzwilliam Darcy, Gentleman by Pamela Aydin. So this is a book told, I think it follows Fitz. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, right, okay, so it is. Sorry, I've just had to read the back of it. I thought it was following after the books, but it doesn't. It is a retelling from Darcy's point of view. So another interesting point of view to hear about the Pride and Prejudice. So those are the 3 Pride and Prejudice books I've got. I'll be doing a proper Pride and Prejudice TBR with all the books that I've gathered as time's gone by, and I'm really excited. I mean, I'll show you this now. I shouldn't be, but because this is going to go in my TBR, but this is the Pride and Prejudice edition I'm going to be reading. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's an illustrated version of Pride and Prejudice, and I am so excited to revisit it because it's just everything I like in illustration. That's like my total bag. So yeah, so there'll be a Pride and Prejudice TBR going up towards the end of this month. Now, another project I've got, do I say about this now or do I want to do it as a surprise? I think I'll do it as a surprise. So on Monday there'll be a TBR going up for this project which involves David, and I had to buy the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. Now I used to own a treasury, is it called a treasury, or an anthology of all of the Chronicle of Narnia books. Can't bloody find it anywhere, so I assume it's in storage or I've given it away or something. It wasn't my favourite front cover, it was the film front cover, and yeah, and So I needed The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe in particular for this, so I bought it, and I'm very excited about getting around to read it because it was one of my favourite books when I was a child. It was the first book I ever reserved from the library, which is such an odd memory to stick with me, but I remember it so well. I remember it as clear as day, like going to the library, which I now visit now, and paying my 35p to get this book like into the library because my dad had told me he thought I'd really like it, and then we studied it at school, like, and I remember having like a little sitting down and having tea with Mr. Tumnus, and it was the first time I drank tea, and having honey on toast and like recreating those sort of scenes. Oh god, love a nice vivid memory from your childhood. So yeah, so you'll find out more about why I'm reading this on Monday when I do the TBR for that. The next two books are cookbooks. Now you're all gonna know which of the first cookbook it is because this cookbook's only just come out, and it's The Roasting Tin Around the World by Rukmini Iyer. Now you will know that these roasting tin books are my favourite cookery books. The green roasting tin is one of my favourite, well no, it's my favourite cookbook of all time. As a vegetarian, it's an absolute delight to have a cookbook that you can sort of open up at any time and see any recipe in there that you can make, and they'll all be good. Like, it's really, really great. The sort of message behind these cookbooks is that you just chop loads of stuff up, put it in a roasting tin and cook it, and then the flavours are just incredible. Her flavour pairings, she has sort of like combinations of flavours that I'd never even consider, and they work perfectly. The other books are all amazing. I recently got this, and I've only made one thing out of it so far, but it was absolutely delicious. Let's see if I can find it. It was Brazilian, I think it's called like Brazilian rice. Hold on, oh yeah. All-in-one Brazilian black beans and rice with avocado and radish salsa. I had that on Thursday night. Yes, Thursday night, and it was absolutely delicious, and I had the leftovers for lunch on Friday. So the joy of this is because David and I live in a two-person household. A lot of these recipes are for 4 people, so you make it for 4 people, and then you have the leftovers for lunch the next day, and they always taste even better the next day. And this one is set in different areas of the world. So you've got USA and the Caribbean, Central and South America, Europe and North Asia, Asia, Southeast Asia and Australasia, and Africa and the Middle East. And it's all amazing. And then I'm actually going to make something else from it tomorrow. On Sunday we are having, here it is, roasted spiced mushrooms and paneer with squash, pomegranate and mango. Very excited. Now quite a few people, when I put this, because I was so excited about it, I put this on my Instagram. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. These are the 3 things I'm most excited to read. And a lot of people said to me, I'm a vegetarian, will this book be okay for me? And I would say yes. Like I would say it's a good half and half. Oh, sorry. It's a good half and half of vegetarian recipes and meat recipes. And a lot of the meat recipes I would sort of swap the meat out anyway, or leave the meat out. There was one here that I was looking at, which had, I mean, every single one I've flipped to. It's got quite a lot of, look, this as well. You would have seen this on my Instagram. But it's got quite a lot of desserts in here as well, which the green roasting tin doesn't have desserts. So yeah, Persian love cake with rose, cardamom and figs. I tried to get all the stuff for that, but I wasn't able to. I did manage to get rose water though. There's a lot of things that I would swap, like the chicken out for tofu, or just leave things out. Oh god, that looks good as well. Indonesian style aubergines and potatoes with garlic and chilli. Oh my. Yeah, literally every recipe I'm flicking to here. Okay, so roast chicken with mushrooms, chicory and dill. That's probably one you couldn't recreate, although you could if you were just to do like fake chicken or whatever. But yeah, you could definitely adapt these things, and even if you're not up for adapting stuff, there's enough stuff in here for you to be getting on with. Like, there's enough vegetarian stuff in here. I would highly, highly recommend it. I love these books. I think they're amazing. Rukmini is a bloody culinary wizard. Amazing. And then the next cookbook I've got is one that I've had my eye on online for quite some time, and it's always been around £30. I think around €30 I think, because it's an Irish cookbook, and it went down to like £7 something, so I was like, I've got to buy that. And that's Cornucopia, the green cookbook. So this is a collection of vegan recipes from Dublin's Cornucopia restaurant. So it's my understanding that there is a restaurant in Dublin called Cornucopia, and these are recipes from their restaurant. So I'm very, very excited about this already. I mean, look at this. Caramelized onion, cranberry and oat cheesecake. Like, bloody fake, like savoury cheesecake. Yes, please. Squash and black bean enchilada with avocado lime cream. It all looks really, really good. And there's good, oh God, look at those. Like, that's something I'm excited about, because marshmallows have got bloody gelatine in them, so I very rarely get to eat marshmallows. And I remember looking through this and seeing this, and these are biscuit and berry marshmallow slices, and that's made from aquafaba, which is the juice at the bottom of a tin of chickpeas. So I'm excited about that. It looks really good. It's set into sort of like starters, mains, desserts. Oh, it's got a good section of soups as well, which I love. And it also, I think they've got some raw beetroot, tahini and mint soup. Oh god, that sounds amazing. Sweet potato, parsnip and peanut soup. Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to getting around to cooking some things in there. So haven't done that yet, but will do. And then the last thing I bought is not a book, but it's a little bit of stationery, and also I bought one of these before and I just find them so lovely, I thought I would share it with you. And that's a decomposition notebook. And these are notebooks which are made from 100% waste, like they're recycled into these notebooks. What I really like about these is, first of all, there's two things I really like about, three things actually, because the first thing I really like about it is that they always have really, really fun front covers. I've actually got, I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is, over there. I've got one that I've already, like, I'm almost finished with. That's why I bought another one. 2 seconds. So I've got this one, which has got like honeycomb and stuff on the front, which I got for a while. I got, like, I think David got it for me for a birthday or Christmas or something. And I really like the size of them. So they're really fun. First thing I like is that they're really fun front covers. So this one's got honeycomb. I've seen ones with like safari. I bought David one, I thought. I think I've got David one with like zoo animals on the front or something. This one is duck, duck, goose. It's got lots of ducks and then one goose. What I also like about it is the hardness of the front cover means that you don't have to lean on anything else. And it's also not a sort of like embellished front cover, so you can actually lean on it and it not be bumpy. And I really like the thin lines and the size of the pages, because they're bigger than sort of like half an A4, whatever that might be, A5 I think. And I just find them really, really great notebooks. They are a little bit pricier than your normal, but I like, they last a long time and I really, really enjoy them. So that is the last little book thing I got. So those are some books that I got my hands on. Oh, I'm not even centre, I don't enjoy that. Those are some books that I've got my mitts on in the month of May. God, does anyone even know what the month is anymore? Hopefully you are all having a lovely time. Let me know if you've got any of these books. Let me know if what books you got your hands on recently. We'd be very interested to hear. And I will see you all again soon for another book video. Goodbye!